everybody, it's Mindy. It's Tuesday for me, Wednesday for you, of course. And I'm here to do a little whip and chat. Let's work on this a little bit. My progress is pathetic. It really is. It's pathetic. I haven't gotten very much done at all. I mean, I literally have just one little lower corner. That's all I got done, really. Anyhow, I'll keep working on it. I'll keep working on it when I have time, right? Okay, anyhow, let's chit chat for a while and tell you, some of the things I've been up to lately. I have some very interesting stories to tell, and we'll get to those. All right. I might kind of go in reverse order and start with today and go backwards in the week, but we'll see how it goes. Anyhow, real quick, what am I working on? Of course, I'm working on my Chuck Pinson. It is called Freedom at the Lake. It is absolutely beautiful. I love this painting. It's so pretty. I'm down here. I've done about to right in here, and I've got the boat done. This is all I've gotten done right in here. I mean, it's a small little area. But what can I say? I've been gone on vacation. I have been helping my sister who had surgery. Yeah, it's just been one heck of a month. That's all I can say. One heck of a month. I feel like I'm just running left and right and being pulled in 16 directions. And I have so many things to do. I just don't know how I'm going to get them all done. I'm like, ugh. Okay, so that's my life. That is my life at the moment. Yeah, so I apologize for the lack of progress. I mean, it's not hurting you, I know, but I wanted to get more done. I wanted to get more done, and I'm just feeling a little frustrated, okay? But anyhow, after vacation, that was it was a vacation that I came home feeling like I kind of needed a vacation from vacation. One of those kind of things, And I've just been tired, more tired than normal. It's allergy time is starting up. My sinuses are going crazy, absolutely crazy. Yesterday, I just kept sneezing and sneezing and sneezing, and I was like, oh my goodness, right? So that's kind of taken a toll, making me more tired than I would be, and then just running, going. It's like, okay. Anyhow, enough of that. Enough. All right. I'm just trying to go from the bottom up here. These are all ABs, the part that I have left here. So I'm trying to do everything that's not AB. Let's go with this one, this little percent sign. It's the percent sign. So yeah, sinuses driving me nuts. I'm tired. I'm running around. Yeah, that's life. Okay. I know it won't last forever, but I'm just trying to hang with it. I got to do my taxes. I have to do like some YouTube stuff. I have to do some retreat planning stuff. I would really like to get the snowman out of my living room. I mean, I love my snowman, but it's almost April. It's time for the snowman to leave, and I have not had time to do that. I need to water my plants. I need to clean out the bunny cage. It goes on and on. My list goes on and on and on it goes. So, all right. What have I been doing besides trying to get things done? Trying to film videos when I have a moment here and there. Going to my sister's to help her. She has some appointments this week that she needs help getting to because she's unable to drive, and I will help her do that. So, yeah, that's my plan. So that's what my week's been like. But there's some more exciting things to tell you about my week. So thank you to everybody who is participating with the Chuck Along. I've seen your progresses. Honestly, I haven't even been able to spend that much time in the Facebook group. I've seen some. I haven't seen a ton. Honestly, I haven't. I'm going to try to do that at some point. Just look and see. I'm clearly not going to be able to go in and like everybody's post, but I would just like to personally say thank you to everybody who participates, everybody who shares in the love of Chuck Pinson's artwork. I would really like to say thank you to the people who watched the live last Saturday when Chuck was on. I am honored, totally 100% honored that he comes on my channel and shares the stuff that he shares with us. You know, we saw 2 paintings that, I mean, we've never seen. I don't even think you can find them on his website if you look. I mean, thank you. I appreciate that so much. And I appreciate the people who come and watch and ask questions and share their love of Chuck Pinson's diamond paintings and his artwork. It's fantastic. I'm going to place an order. He has a website that you can order some things from. His is mostly like the canvas wrapped prints, but there's another website, and now I can't think of the name of it. It's not that. That's my brain's not thinking of it. I'll link it below. You can go and buy stuff. You can buy his artwork as a coffee mug or a notebook, or you can get prints. You can get prints on metal, on wood. There's different things that you can order, sheets, pillows, all kinds of stuff. So I'm ready to place an order for a few things in some of my favorite pieces of artwork. So I'm going to do that here soon. And of course, when I get those in, I will show them to you. And I will link below that website as soon as I get off here, or it'll be underneath the description box here of this video. I have to look. I can't remember the name of it. Sorry, I will link it. Anyhow, I'm going to get a few things. Yeah. I have not been spending much money since the first of the year. I haven't bought hardly any diamond paintings. Like January, I think, was the last time I bought a diamond painting. So I'm ready to splurge a little and get a few nice things, you know, for me. And yeah, maybe a couple friends. We'll see. You know, we'll see how it goes. So thank you. Thank you for everybody who watched. If you did not watch, oh my gosh, you should go back and watch the replay. He talks about the artwork. He talks about the inspiration behind the artwork. He talks about some of the pictures he's done lately that have like his family in them, right? So it's pretty cool. And like I said, there are 2 brand new pieces of work there that you can't even see on his website at this point. Okay? They're not on his website even. So pretty cool that we get to see those. I am so honored that he does that he shows us that. It blows me away. Blows me away. All right. Get prepared for April and the mystery event. That is me, Angie, Maritza are doing this event together, and it is a mystery diamond painting. I'm going to talk about it here just in case I don't get the opportunity to make a separate video. I know Angie's making a video. I'll post it in the Facebook group. I'm going to talk about it here, and hopefully I'll get a minute to do a separate designated video. Hopefully, that's my plan. So it's a mystery, you know, the mystery kits. You don't know what they are. We're asking that it be at least 30 by 40 centimeters. You must have, you know, at least a good section that you need to complete yet. Doesn't have to be a new start, but it has to be, oh man, really? There's 2 4s right there. Right there. Has to be, you know, at least a 30 by 40 section that you need to complete. Give you something to work on. Somebody asked about the mystery, the little mini mysteries from, who is it? Is it Paint Gem? I think. And we said, yes, you could use those as long as you're planning on doing like, you know, all of them or something. So not just 1 or 2, because that's like, you know, they're tiny, they're little. So yes, as long as you're going to do all of them. Okay. Angie and I talked the other day for quite a while. We didn't really discuss. There was one question about showing it on Facebook, because we're going to do all this through Facebook, through Diamond Moments and Crafts. We're going to have a place where you post weekly progress and whatnot. And somebody's like, well, what if we don't want to see the pictures that other people are doing? Well, we didn't discuss that. But my thought is this, that's going to happen. You know that people are going to share their progress pictures. You will be sharing your progress picture as well. If you don't want to see what other people are working on, then post your picture and get out. Don't look. That's all I can say. Just don't look. Okay? We thought about maybe saying just show only that week's progress, like zoom in on it. But even that, you could probably see some details that would give it away a little. I mean, there's no way to avoid that, really. So just post your picture and don't look at anybody else's would be my suggestion if you want to participate. Okay? That starts April 1st and will run the entire month of April. And we'll have some prizes. We're going to do prizes through our Facebook group. And there'll be, guess what? A mystery. But me, Angie, and Maritza, Kiss My Crafts, Craftnado, we put together some nice little packages. Don't worry, you'll get a nice little package, okay? But it's going to be a mystery because that's the fun of this whole month. It's all a mystery. Nobody knows what we're doing, right? So that will be fun. You'll get a little mystery prize. Yeah. So we'll have some more details soon. Well, soon. Shoot, it starts like what? Thursday? Oh my gosh, is it Thursday? No. Saturday, I think. There'll be a post in my Facebook group, me and Maritza's Facebook group. There will be a post. Tells you to post here, post your start picture, post progress pictures, all that stuff weekly, just like we did the chuck-along. It's just like the chuck-along. So if you've ever done a chuck-along with us, you know how we do that. Where's my dot? I'm looking for the little dot. Dot, 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 dot. I thought it was in this case, on this side. Maybe not. Where's the dot? I need a couple dots. I cannot find it. Seriously? I'm hunting and hunting and hunting, and I can't find the little dot. It's blue. There it is. Second I said it's blue, that helped. So look for that on the 1st. You'll be asked to post a startup photo, and then a progress photo, and then the next week a progress photo, just like we do Chuck, okay? All right. I think I'm done talking about that. I think. Questions, you can ask me, you can ask Angie, you can ask Maritza, okay? We'll leave it at that for now. All right. Now, let's start with my day today. I had plans for my day today. I was going to get XYZ, ABC, 1, 2, 3, all these things done today, right? And then the wrench got thrown in the plan when Dale did not meet his buddies from work for Taco Tuesday. They couldn't meet. So then things are different. He says, well, I can go whenever I want then. And he said, I need to go to your dad's house, which is 2 miles from my sister's house. Do we want to just go together? How long do you need to stay at your sister's house? How about we do this? Okay, so we devised a different plan. So I was going to go to her house early, so I'd have all afternoon to get a bunch of stuff done. That didn't happen because we go to her house. He drops me off. I go in, do what I'm going to do with her. He goes to my dad's house, drops off the stuff he was dropping off, and then decided we would go to lunch. But where are we going to go to lunch? Well, we're going to go to the taco place, right? I asked my sister, do you feel up to it? Do you want to go to the taco place? Sure. Now, here's something that I don't tell people about my sister. She has learned to speak Spanish pretty well. She has gone to Costa Rica several times. She has good close friends there in Costa Rica. And so she's learned how to speak Spanish pretty well. And I said, well, you want to go to the Mexican marketplace and you can try to order your own food in Spanish because the people who work there really don't speak English very well. She goes, oh, that'd be kind of fun. You get to practice your Spanish a little. Okay. So that's what we did. We all went. We went to the taco place. We got tacos. And And she ordered in Spanish, and she did a pretty good job. And we got some of their little sweet treat things, or like little pastries. They're not real sweet, but we tried a couple of them. I tried one that had pineapple filling, and her and Dale each got one that had banana cream filling. There's a lot of breading. It's like a little pie. They were like turnovers, but they're, on the edge of the pie, all that crust. They're like that. There's a lot of crust stuff. And it's not real flavorful. It's a little dry and, so the inside was good. I didn't eat most of the outer edge of it, the crusty part. I left that for the birds. We ate outside. But yeah, we got that. We tried some other things. Oh, she bought some plantain chips. And she asked us if we'd ever tried them. I'm like, no, haven't tried them. So she bought some. And we tried some of those when we got back to her house. And those weren't very good. So we ended up sitting there in her driveway when we got back to her house, like crunching them up and feeding them to her chickens. Now she has almost 80 chickens. A lot of chickens. It was surprising though. Only about a dozen of them came over for food when we were feeding them these like chips. So we did that for a little while, made plans. Like she has a couple friends that will help her. She has a drain that has to be emptied out twice a day. So that's the big thing right now. She's up, she's moving around better, a little more self-sufficient, but she still needs this drain emptied and stuff. So we sat there, we made some plans as to who's going to be here this time and what time and, all that kind of stuff to help her do that. Planned her doctor's appointments, her therapy appointment, what time are those? Got all that stuff. And then we headed home. So I could get started on all the things I need to do. So here I am recording. So that was today. Busy, busy, busy day, right? Yep. Busy day. It was nice to take her out, I did take her to dinner one night with my friends from work, and she got out for that one night. So she's getting out more. She can't drive, so, somebody has to take her. So that's why I'm taking her to appointments and things like that. So anyhow. Okay, let's fast forward to stuff, funny things. I mentioned, I don't know, a couple times, a couple different places. I got stories. These are my stories. Oh my gosh, I got stories. Okay. A couple nights ago. Oh man, was it Saturday? It might have been Saturday, maybe Sunday. I don't know. I was doing something. I was busy. I think it was Saturday. And I got off my live. Dale had dinner ready. We had dinner. And he said, okay, now I need your help with something. And I'm like, okay, what do you need my help with? He goes, finding our chickens. I'm like, what? It's dark. I'm like, what do you mean, our chickens? Like, all of our chickens? He goes, all of them. I'm like, wait. I'm like, they're not all missing. He goes, they are. None of them are in the coop? None of them. I'm like, oh, Lord, really? So it's raining. It's not like pouring down rain, but it's this sprinkling rain. We were literally out there wandering everywhere that we could wander. He's got his little bell. He jingles a little bell. He's got his bag of mealwormy grub stuff that they love, trying to find the chickens. Couldn't find the chickens. We wandered around for 45 minutes. Out back, through the bushes, all around the property, everywhere. It's a little weird at night. I'm out there, I got a flashlight, and I keep catching eyeballs in my light. Most of the time it was a rabbit. One time it was a possum, and I was like, oh, no, you just keep going. He was way over on the other side. And I'm like, you just keep going. You can go right on over to the neighbors and get out of our property. Go, right? Lots and lots of bunnies everywhere. After 45 minutes, I was just disappointed. And I'm like, how can they all be gone? There's nothing else we can do. My guess is they're hunkered down somewhere because it rained that day. It snowed that day, right? It was Saturday. because I talked about it in my live. It was snowing. Not a lot of snow, just these big, big flakes of snow coming down for a while. I don't know. I think the chickens freaked out, whatever. That's my guess. They found some place to go hide. And when they're hiding, we're not going to find them. We are not going to get them out of those hiding spots. Sometimes I cannot find the drill I'm looking for. I'm like, where is it? I'm looking for the little turnaround. Where's the turnaround? Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm going to stop talking for a half a second while I find this thing. Because it's eluding me. Where is it? It's over here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just gave up finally. And I came in the house and Dale was just going to shut everything up. And we were hoping for the best, hope they are safe wherever they're at. And we see them in the morning. Otherwise, we are no longer chicken farmers. Okay? So I go in the house and I'm letting the dogs out to go to the bathroom and doing a couple other things. And he calls me and he says, I need you to meet me at the shop. I'm like, okay, I'll meet you at the shop. I got my boots back on and stuff. And I walk out the back door and I meet him at the shop. And he's walking past the people door. There's a window by that one. And then there's another window down a little further. And he shines the light into the window. And I see eyeballs. Eyeballs in the shop. All of the chickens were in the shop. All of them. They were hunkered down on his workbench. Some were on his trailer that's in the garage. Some were in the windows. I'm like, well, I knew that it was unreasonable that they all got eaten in one night at the same time. No, they're all inside, hunkered down. Boy, oh boy, did they make a mess. They made messes. Dale had some jugs of oil, like when he changes the oil in the cars. They'd gotten those spilled. There was oil all over the place. There was some other stuff that they'd gotten into and scattered around, and there was poop everywhere. I'm like, well, okay, at least they were safe. I think they found a warm place to go when it was icky outside, and the door was open, the big door was open, and they just went on in. So we carefully picked them up one at a time, carried them back out to the coop and put them back in, right? All right, so that was that night. Then the next night, he goes out to put everybody in and whatnot. And he comes back and he goes, I need you to go out and get your bird. I got to go to the bathroom. I'm like, where's my bird? In the garage. Go to the garage. I'm like, okay. I go out to the garage and here's Lulabelle, our little white one. And she's sitting on my shelf with all my garden things. She's on the bottom shelf, just like she's hunkered down. She's roosting there for the night. And I'm like, no, honey, no. So first of all, it's on this low shelf. You got to bend over to reach in there, And I reached in to get her, and she managed to get away from me. She fluffed her feathers, and she got away. And then it was game on. It was a game at that point. It finally took Dale and I out there to catch her. And the cars are both in the garage, so I've shut the big door so she won't just go flying out, right? So she's everywhere, underneath the truck, underneath my car. You almost have a hold of her. Then she runs to the other side. It was a cat and mouse game. And Dale and I were just about to give up and just leave her in the garage for the night. And then she went back on the shelf again. I'm like, ooh, honey, she's over here. She's on the shelf. We can get her now. We can trap her there. We can get her. And we did. I'm like, you're probably the one that caused everybody to be in the shop last night, right? You got to go back in the coop. Stop trying to hide in places you're not supposed to be. So the chickens, oh my gosh. Crazy, crazy chickens, right? All right. So now let's go back even a little further. Back to the beginning of the week. And I'm at my sister's house. Okay. Again, it's revolving around chickens. So she was walking me out. She was standing on her porch, watching me kind of go to my car. And we are talking about some of the chickens that were in the front yard and who they were and what kind they were and blah, blah, blah. And the next thing I know, she's yelling, Mindy, Mindy, Mindy. I'm like, what? She goes, over there, over there. I'm like, what? Okay, so there's this ditch that runs all along their road, and it's deep. It's a deep ditch. It's always filled with water, and it comes right to her front yard, really. So we look over there by the ditch, and she's got a bird feeder, like several bird feeders. I should rephrase that. It's a stake there, and it has several different bird feeders hanging off of it. And underneath it, coming up out of the creek, is a raccoon. Okay? A raccoon. Well, you know that raccoons and chickens don't go well together, right? They eat our chickens. So we're freaking out. We got to get rid of this coon over there. He can't come up any closer. We're trying to shoo the chickens away that were in the yard. And I'm like, what can we do? I got to have something to throw at this coon or something. I don't want to go any closer to it. Because first of all, why is it out here in the middle of the day and it's just sitting there looking at us? I'm like, okay, I'm going to find a rock. I go over and I find a rock. I throw a rock at it. It doesn't faze it. I threw another rock at it. It does. She's like, okay, I'm going to get my gun. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize she had a gun. I did, but I didn't. You know what I mean? So she goes into the house. Now, mind you, she's in her bathrobe, her pajamas. She's not getting around very good. She's kind of slow to the, uptake there. And she's going in the house to get a gun. And I'm still throwing rocks at the coon, and it's not moving. Right? Okay. So she comes back, and she's just flailing this gun around. And I'm like, hey, watch what you're doing with that thing, And so she's like, she's pointing the gun at the coon. She's going to shoot at the coon, right? And so she's like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm like, shoot it. You got to shoot the coon. And so she did. And it kind of just flinched. And it sat there. It did not move. It just sat there. And we're like, oh, something's wrong with this coon. That is not normal. So she's like, I have to reload. I can't do this. And I'm like, do what? She goes, you got to open this thing. You got to take the barrel and you got to bend it down and crack it open to put another, it was a pellet gun. Put another pellet in it. I'm like, oh gosh. So I'm doing that with the gun. She puts the pellet in there and she shoots again. She hit it again. And this time the thing just kind of touched itself. Like she hit it in the chest. And it just sit there feeling its chest like, what was that? It didn't move. So one more time, she's like, okay, come on. And she's crying because she's shooting this coon with a pellet gun, right? And it just won't leave. So we're not killing it, but it won't leave. She's like, okay, I got to try one more time. So I help her with this pellet gun again, get another pellet in there. And she shoots it one more time, just crying her eyes out. I'm so sorry, buddy, blah, blah, blah. And this time, when she hit it, it fell over backwards and fell down into that creek. And I'm like, well, this I know. It's not coming back up out of the creek, right? And she's just crying. She was so upset that she shot this thing 3 times. I mean, she hit it every time. She was a good shot. I'll give her that. So here's the rest of the story. At some point, when she's getting the gun, coming out with the gun, going back, she had to go back in. She had to go back in at one point to get more pellets. She'd run out of pellets. She didn't have pellets. She had to go back in. And at that point, I believe a car drove by. Well, the car drove by, went down the road a little ways, turned around, and came back. They backed up down the road, and they just watched for a few seconds. We kind of waved at them like, hey, yeah, we're out here trying to scare this coon off. And then the car left. All right? So we didn't think too much more about it. Then we're done, trying to shoot the coon. And now she's frantic. She's like, no, he's hurt. And now it's even worse. We got to call Dad. Call Dad to come down and see if Dad will just finish, taking care of him. I'm like, okay, I'm calling Dad. We finally decide Dad's coming. He's going to bring his 22 or whatever, and he's going to just finish the coon. So it's not suffering anymore. And I'm like, okay, I'm on my way to get my hair done. I am seriously late at this point. I said, do you want me to stay? Do you want me to cancel my appointment? No, go get your hair done. And I'm like, okay, I'll go get my hair done. So I leave. I leave her house. I left her kind of standing on her porch, right? Okay. I head down the road. And mind you, this is out in the country. You know, I head down the road and I pass a cop. And the cop is headed her direction, and he's just parked on the opposite side of the road of her house. And he's headed like towards her house. And I just went, oh, all right. I know he's gonna stop me. I know he is. I just know he is. I'm driving about 20 miles an hour. You can go 50, 55 miles an hour on this road, and I'm just driving like 20 miles an hour, just waiting. I got past the cop just a little ways. I see him do a U-turn in the road. I'm like, yep, okay. So I'm going super slow. I just get down to the next road, and I just pull in. He's clearly got his flashers on, and he stopped me, and I'm like, oh, Lord, you know. So I pull in. I roll my window down. He steps out, standing behind the door of his vehicle. Put your hands out the window. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, now I'm scared. Then another cop car pulls in. They're SUVs, really. Another one pulls in beside him. I'm like, oh, Lord. I got my hands out the window. Okay. Is there anybody else in the vehicle? No. Are you armed? No. He goes, okay. I need you to step out of the vehicle slowly. Make sure I can see your hands. And I'm thinking of all of these things I've seen on TV and heard about. And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't shoot. Just don't shoot. Right. So I get out of my car and I stand there. I'm thinking, I gotta move my hands back into my car to undo my seatbelt. Right. And I just did everything carefully and slowly. And I stepped out and I just stood by my car. And he started walking up to me. And he's got his hand on his hip, you know, where his weapon is. And I'm like, just don't shoot me. You know, I look at that point. Now there are 4 cop cars. 4 cop cars are like at the end of this road because I just pulled into like a little, it's like a subdivision part that, yeah. I pull in and I can see these 4 cars that are now behind me and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. He started walking a little closer, and all I could think, and it was just immediate, and I was like, it was a BB gun. There was a raccoon. And I just shouted that out. And I was like, it was a BB gun. There was a raccoon. And he's like, okay, all right. And he said, so let's talk. So you say there was a BB gun. I'm like, yes, she's got chickens. She's got like 80 chickens. I'm not crying. I never cried. But I was definitely a little frantic sounding, probably, you know? I'm like, yeah, she's got 80 chickens, and there was a coon there, and it was coming up to get the chickens, and we were just trying to scare it away, and she shot it with a BB gun. And he goes, okay. I said, we saw a car drive by, and it stopped, and then it backed up. And he's like, okay, first of all, who are you? I tell him my name, and who is she? I'm like, that's my sister, and I told him her name and whatnot. He's like, okay, so here's what happened. He said, we did receive a call, and someone said that they saw a woman running into the house with what looked like a shotgun and a scope. And I'm like, it was a BB gun. Yes, it was. And he's like, okay, all right. Okay. Then we talked about it and all that stuff. And, you know, he's like, I understand. I'm sorry, but this is just, you know, this is how we have to proceed when we get a call like that. And I said, I get it. I said, I was so worried. I said, I knew you were going to stop me. I saw the car, blah, blah, blah. But that's what happened. Okay. He said, I understand. Got it. And then I could see the guy, the other cop that was kind of over in the grass, just kind of smile. You could just see this smirky smile come across his face. Like, oh God, here's these two women out in the yard. One's in pajamas with a BB gun shooting a coon. Here we are. We're tracking down some dangerous felons here. There are just these two 60-year-old women. Okay, she's not 60 yet, but she will be. And, they're just after a coon who's trying to eat the chickens. Anyhow, he said, do you have a license I can run? I'm like, absolutely. Can I go get it out of my car? He goes, yes, go get your license. I'm like, okay. I get his license, and he goes back, and I said, can I call my sister? I said, I'm certain she's heard everything. And he goes, yes, you can call your sister. I'm sure, that's a good idea. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to my car. And he goes, go to your car, So I call her, and she's just bawling. And I telling her what happened, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I knew they were going to do that. One turned around in my driveway, and I heard another one, and I saw one go by, and I'm like, yep, that's what happened. They came after me, the big bad gun. I wasn't even one with the gun. But yeah, that happened. I'm talking to her on the phone, and I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, yeah, it's nerve-wracking, but everything's okay. It's fine. I said, Sherry, this is going to be a story we're going to laugh about, and we're going to tell people for years to come, right? She goes, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm like, it's all right. I said, it's fine. Do you want me to come back down there? No, you don't have to. You got to get your hair done. I'm even later, right? I'm like, okay. I said, I think the cop's going to come down there. So I talked to the cop when he was done running my license. I said, can you go shoot the coon? Because it's still alive so that it's not just suffering. It's down in the creek. And he's like, I can go take care of the coon. I said, thank you. I said, then you can see my sister and see that everything's okay. And you can see the gun if you want to. And he goes, I will go down there. I'm like, okay, thank you. He says, you're free to go. And I'm like, thank you. So all the cops were leaving, and I could go off to get my hair done. Well, as my sister tells the rest of the story, because I wasn't there for that part, the cop did come down there, pulled in her driveway, and she's still standing on her porch. She had put the gun away. It's in the house. But she's standing on her porch, in her pajamas still, and the cop comes up. And she's just bawling, crying, carrying on, And he's like, hello, I'm Officer so-and-so, blah, 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 I understand that there was a situation with a coon. And she goes, yes, he's still alive, and I'm so sorry. And she's just crying. I warned him. I said, she just had surgery. She's probably going to be an emotional mess when you see her. He's like, okay. So he said, would you like me to dispatch the coon? And she goes, yes, please. He said, did you want to watch? No. So she goes in her house, closes her door. He goes out to the creek, and he shoots the coon. And she opens the door, and he's still pointing his gun at the coon. And she's like, no, he's going to shoot again. She slams her door shut again. He shot the coon twice with his weapon to kill the coon. She shot him 3 times with the BB gun, Yeah. I told you it was a whopper of a story. I told you. So he's talking to her and getting her calmed down that everything's fine, everything's okay. He was just doing what he needed to do. He understands we live in the country. He says, as a matter of fact, I grew up right down here. And she goes, where'd you grow up? Right here on the same road, just down the street. And then she's like, well, who are you? Because I've always lived on this road as a kid. And when he said what his name was, she was like, we went to school with you guys. And then, sure enough, we did. We went to school with him. I mean, there's 3 of us kids, and I think there was at least 3 of them. One of us went to school with each of them at different ages, And it was just, yep, that's who he was. He was like the neighbor kid. And here he comes down, and I'm sure all of them went home that night to tell their story of the day. There's these 2 women. They're just outside in the yard trying to shoot a raccoon. Somebody calls on them. Oh my goodness. Nothing dangerous, nothing, Yeah, that was my day on Wednesday. That was fun. wow, that was fun. You know, it is a bit scary. I mean, it's scary. You have 4 cops just boom, 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 charging in behind you there, and they're all standing there. They all have their hands like, on their weapons, ready to draw their weapon if they need to, And I'm just like, we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. We're just trying to get the coon. It's scary. It's scary, but now it is funnier than hell, isn't it? It is funny. It's a funny story. It's like my brother has joked about it. Oh my gosh, he put something on his Facebook page about 2 women, 1 coon, 1 gun, 1 Karen. I mean, it was hilarious. It's just every person we tell the story to, you just can't help but laugh. I mean, it is, who would have thought that would happen, right? Just an ordinary day, sun shining. I'm just trying to go get my hair done, and I'm about to get arrested or who knows what, over a pellet gun and a raccoon. Oh my goodness. So that's my story. That's my story. Chickens are getting people in trouble. Chickens are causing havoc this week. My chickens running away from home, hiding out, being little vigilantes. Hers trying to get eaten by a coon, get me arrested, pulled over by the police. It's crazy. What a week. What a week. Oh, man. All right. The rest of this is all ABs. Blue AB and some yellow AB right there. So I'm going to work on some AB action here. See which pen I'm going to fight with that might actually pick up some ABs. And then this little section's done. I'm not getting up until this is done. I say that now, but I probably won't finish all these. Dale's coming home. I can hear him in the garage. He just took my car up to the gas station, which is, it's like 8 miles away. 8 miles? 5 miles? Oh, man, did you see that? Did you see those all just go boing, go flying? That was fun. It was only 2, but they just meow. So he got gas in my car. He just came home, got gas in his truck because gas was cheap in town. Well, not in town, but sort of in town. It's hard to explain how we live and where stuff is, but it takes about 10 minutes to get there. I'll just put it that way. It takes about 10 minutes to get over there to Walmart. Anyhow, so he's back now. Apparently he has both cars filled with gas because it was cheap over there. So he's home now, and I'm going to stop talking. Now I'm going to go do some of those other things. I need to edit and upload, get this video going for tomorrow, get ready for book live tonight. Don't think I have to go back to my sister's tonight. I've been going twice a day, but I think tonight I don't have to. Gotta get a hold of Angie because I can go to the Fiber Fest, Angie. I can go to the Fiber Fest. There is a Fiber Festival in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I sent her a little link to it, and I said, doesn't it sound like fun? She's like, yeah, I'd love to go. And I said, well, let me see if I can work this out. I might have the weekend available. I think I have the weekend available. It is my anniversary, not my anniversary, but our anniversary. Dale and I will be married 12 years on April 1st. Yep, 12 years. Hard to believe it's been that long, but it really has been that long. And we're still going strong, doing good. So anyhow, we'll have to do something for our anniversary, and then I want to go to the Fiber Fest. So I think I can get it all fit in. My sister has some friends, and she has a party to go to on Saturday. If she feels up to it, I think her boyfriend will hang out with her on Saturday. So yeah. Anyhow, that's my life. I hope that this week so far has been a little more boring. And you know what? I will complain sometimes about life being boring, but right now I would do anything for just boring. Just sit around in my pajamas all day long and diamond paint and not do anything or crochet. Yeah. Okay. Maybe next week Not this week, maybe next week. Keep my fingers crossed. I'll let you know. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out and listening, and I hope you enjoyed the stories. Like I said, life has not been boring. I've had tales to tell, lots of tales to tell. So I'm going to let you go, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right. Have an interesting week, just not as interesting as mine, okay? Talk to you soon.